Hello, everybody. I'm Brett Wagner, and welcome to Pastime. Name the time, win the cash. It's that easy. We are in Roswell, New Mexico at Area 51 Dragway, and I got a couple $1,000s I want to give away. Let's meet our our contestants. How you doing, Russell?
Excellent.
You're from Milwaukee, Oregon. Two different states. What's going on?
With an IE.
I got you. Paul, Concord, California. How you doing, bud?
Real good.
Thanks for coming out. And, of course, my partner in crime, Ken Herring from Tyler, Texas.
What's up, man?
Owner and operator of Texas Chassis Works. And, of course, our lovely car wrangler, Paige, who's doing the hard stuff out there. Yeah, she's got some fans here. You guys ready to play? Because, you know, not only are you playing against each other, but you're playing against the house. Let's bring up our first driver. Nice car to start off the game with there, Ken.
Sure is. Really nice one to start with.
And what's your name?
Eddie.
Nice Camaro.
Appreciate it.
Tell me a little bit about it.
1968 Camaro, 383, running a glide on it, putting out about 485, 500 horsepower.
All right, got it right there. All right, Russell, question for Eddie.
What heads you got on the motor?
Dart, cast iron.
Big Paul.
Eddie, have you ever run down the track here before?
You been down to
Yes.
this track a few times?
Quite a few.
All right, sounds good. And Ken Herring.
What tires on the back of it?
Wow, 29.5, 11.5, 15s.
Slicks, though?
Slicks.
Yes.
Okay,
Hey,
good.
thanks for being our first driver in our show today. Opening up the show, big man. All right, let's have a safe pass. All right, guys, this is a $100 pass. Let's lock in those times. Russell, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Like I said, from Milwaukee, Oregon. Work for a wholesale auto parts distributing company. Been bracket racing for quite a few years now.
Oh, you race yourself?
Yep.
Awesome. What do you race? What kind of car?
I got a 70 Duster.
70 Duster, Mopar. I got a 75 Dodge Dart.
Excellent.
Everybody's locked in. Let's take a look at those times. Russell's got an 11:35. Paul with a 10:45. And wow, Ken Herring with the 12:31. You don't like that car?
No, that has nothing to do with it. That's just what I think it'll run.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I'm in the ballpark.
Yeah, nice little burnout to start the show.
Sounds good. Nasty little burnout.
When you hear me do that, woo, then you know it's a good burnout. And here we go. Let's watch this pass. $100 up for grabs. Little stutter there in the beginning.
I think I'm going to be looking good on this one.
An 11:43, you may not be looking good. How about Big Russell on the board?
Dude.
Good job, man.
Milwaukee, Oregon. I will never make fun of Milwaukee, Oregon again. Ken Herring sitting on 0. Paul sitting on 0. And starting the game out real nice, Big Russell. Let's meet our next driver.
Was that like a 75 model Nova?
Got a lot of cage going on in there.
Thanks for coming out. What's your name?
Scott Boyd.
Scott, tell me about your Nova.
It's a 78 Nova with a 468 Power Glide, tube chassis, struts, 4-link, 468 big block.
All right, Russell, first question.
What heads you got on the motor?
They're some old Chevy heads. They're aluminum, but they're old Chevy heads.
Paul?
What kind of horsepower do you think you're running?
650 maybe.
Just a little 650. That's pretty good. Ken Herring.
Is it a mild steel or a Molly chassis?
It's chrome molly.
Okay.
It's a light car.
Brown tube?
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready to make a pass for us?
I am.
Thanks for coming out, bud.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Look
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, you're good, man. Well, say it to the...
Hi, Mom.
There you go. All right, gentlemen, it's a $100 pass. Let's get those times in locked in. Paul, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from Concord, California. I've been drag racing since I've been in high school, kind of on and off. I got my kids racing now. My wife's done racing. And
How old are your kids?
I got a 16-year-old and a 20-year-old.
Awesome. All right, everybody's locked in. Let's take a look at those times. It's a $100 pass. A 983 for Russell.
Look at these
a
two.
978 for Paul, and a 931 for Ken. Ken, second round, and everybody's kind of evening up here again on this time.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's like they've been having a party together. Their times there.
Whoa, hey. That sounds pretty good.
Sounds really good.
All right, let's watch this pass. These guys are a little slow off the line, but he's picking it up in the big end here. a 974. Let me go right over to Big Paul.
All right.
Jumping on the board there, buddy. Give me a little pound. Cash is good.
All right.
These are really close, the first two, wasn't they?
Yeah, real
They're
close.
4 or 5 off.
These guys are jumping on you right
Yes,
off the bat,
sir.
Ken. Ken Herring with 0, Paul with $100, and Russell with $100. Let's meet our next racer. That's a tough-looking car. It feels like I'd be in like the Mad Max movie or something. the Terminator. What's your name?
Brant Campbell.
Brant?
Yes.
Tell me about that ride.
It's a 76 Chevy Camaro, drag radial car, stock suspension, 400 small block.
Russell.
IC tubing. How much boost?
About 22 pounds of boost.
Big Paul.
You been down this track before?
Yeah, it's been a few times.
And Ken Herring.
How big's the turbos?
It's 101 millimeter.
Single 101. Ooh, that's a large one.
Yes, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Is track going to hold you?
I'm gonna make it hold me.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming down right there. The Mad Max of New Mexico with that car. Last of our $100 passes. Let's take a look at those times. Russell's got a 1090. Paul's got a 989, and Ken Herring with an 880. Wow, Ken.
That thing's got a 101 millimeter turbo on it. That thing should make power if he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Oh, look at them tires smoking.
All the spinning it needs to do is right there.
Here we go. Last of our $100 passes. Trying to get my partner on the board right here.
Let's do that.
Oh,
There we
listen
go.
to that thing go.
He's coming in slow. There you go. That thing is on a pass.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
904. Ken Herring, get right.
Time
Good
we
job,
get on
buddy.
there. No faith. Huh?
We got a three-way tie, folks. Russell with $100, Paul with 100, and Ken Herring just joined the game on 100. Folks, it's pastime. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with round 2. The jack is going up.
Hey guys, this is Lisa Kubo. Like, share, and subscribe SpeedTube TV.
Perfect.
Welcome back to Pastime, folks. We are at a dead heat tie right here. $100 for Ken, 100 for Paul. Russell's got $100. Getting into round 2. Let's bring up our next driver.
Got a female driver. Mustang.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Jennifer Morrell.
Tell me about that Ford.
It's an 88 Mustang. Small block Ford, runs on pump gas.
Motor?
Motor is 347, sorry.
All right. Russell, first question.
Is it carbureted or injected?
Carbureted.
Big Paul.
Any extra nitrous or anything to it?
No, no power adders.
And Ken Herring.
How long you been driving that car?
3 years.
Okay.
How long you been racing?
3 years.
All right, sounds good. You ready to make a
All right,
pass for us?
yes.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Let's get in there. All right. First of our $200 rounds. Ken Herring is locked in. Russell is locked in, just waiting on Concord, California. Everybody's locked in. Let's take a look at those times. 11:45 for Russell, and 11:80 for Paul, and Ken Herring with the 13:25.
You want to know? I know. Why do we go?
You got a secret over there?
I'm not.
No.
I don't know.
I think that's what's going on.
You giving that car a little credit there, Paul?
She's got some experience, I can tell.
Experience won't make it run faster.
No. Hopefully get her down the track, though.
Yeah, but you're right about that.
Nice burnout.
That was awfully good for a pump gas motor.
First of our $200 passes. I think you're in trouble, Ken Herring.
Yeah, I think so.
You're gonna get a good time on that. 1098. Let me get right over there to Big Russell. Come on
right.
down there, Milwaukee.
Excellent.
You've done your homework there.
I've watched a few cars go down the track.
Ken sitting on $100. Paul sitting on $100. And Russell, Milwaukee, Oregon, sitting on $300. Let's meet our next driver. We're getting into our combo round. I'm going to bring two different cars up, and you got to give me one combined time. How are you at math, Paul?
Pretty good.
Sounds good, buddy.
Computer got a calculator on it.
Lemonade. Look at this.
Lemonade 1, Lemonade 2, look.
Trucks, they're so hard to read. Everything about it's just wrong.
The Lemonade twins. What's your name?
Chris Whitman.
Chris.
Yes.
Tell me about that car. I mean,
Well,
that
it's
truck.
a 67 Chevrolet pickup.
Well, yeah.
On alcohol.
Yeah.
And 410 rear end and a power glide transmission.
Appreciate it, Chris. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
What's your name?
I'm Henry Whitman.
Oh, you're senior.
Yes, sir.
What do you got in that car?
582 cubic inch with a power glide, tube frame, Ford 9-inch rear end with 430 gears.
All right, Russell, Henry, or Chris?
Henry, what heads you got on that motor?
It's a Brodex 3X.
All right. Paul, Henry, or Chris?
Chris, what kind of tires do you have on the back there, Chris?
29.5 by 12. Slicks.
Ken, Henry, or Chris?
Chris, tell us a little bit more about that motor.
It's a 509 with aluminum Brodex heads with a Dominator carburetor.
Okay, perfect.
All right, you guys ready to make a pass for us?
Sure enough.
Little father and son team action. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you coming out. Lemonade 1, Lemonade 2. Yeah, go Lemonade. Russell is locked in. Ken is locked in. Paul is locked in. Let's take a look at those times. 1850 for Russell, a 2050 for Paul, and a 1931 for Ken.
It's all close right there.
Yeah, it's very close.
Yep.
On a little side bet, gentleman's bet. I'd take the El Camino in the race.
Yeah, it's a
I think so.
It's a no-brainer on that one.
Yep.
Short burnout on this
Yeah,
side.
El Camino said, I don't want to burn out. I just want to go. See if that says cameraman on the side of the car right there. Lemonade, pucker up.
Pucker up. That's a term you used in prison, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Lemonade 1 versus Lemonade 2. Father versus son. Pop's getting a little sideways. He still stayed into it, though. A 2480. Let me go right over here to Big Paul. How you doing there, Paul?
Oh,
Cash
doing
is good. Jen Herring sitting on $100. Paul sitting on $300. And Russell sitting on $300. Let's bring up our last of the $200 passes. Good looking rail here.
Yeah, it sure is.
Thanks for coming out, sir.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Dennis Boggs.
Dennis, tell me about your rail there.
It's a 565 Super Chief, 1,050 horsepower, power glide, 2-speed, run on racing fuel.
All right. Russell for Dennis.
Throttle stop going to be on?
No, all out.
Paul.
Have you been down this track before, Russell?
Yes,
A few times?
a few times.
All right. And Ken Herring.
How long have you been running this car?
I've had this car since last August.
Okay, good.
Dennis, thanks for coming out, buddy.
Thank
Have
you.
a good, safe pass.
Thanks.
Last of the $200 passes. Come on, Ken. Let's get a three-way tie here. Russell's already locked in. Paul is locked in, and Ken Herring taking his time. Wants to win that money. Is locked in. Let's take a look at those times. Got a 747 for Russell, an 825 for Paul, and a 799 for Ken Herring. It's got like an extra seat in the back, Ken, like on a motorcycle.
Why don't you hop on that?
Yeah, I would. No.
Like a rumble seat out of
Yeah, a little rumble seat.
If Brett goes on the back, I want to change my time.
Yeah, straight as an arrow. Last of our $200 rounds. Could have a three-way tie here going into the third round. Wow. Nice. A 764.
That's going to be Russell, I think.
It is going to be Russell. Congratulations, Russell. Milwaukee, Oregon's taking over the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do a little recap. $500 for Russell. Paul with $300 and $100 for Ken Herring. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're getting into round 3. The jack is going up. All right, folks, welcome back to Pastime. We got $100 for Ken Herring. Paul sitting on $300 and Russell sitting on $500. We're getting into round 3. Let's meet our next driver. Good looking drag bike there.
Oh, nitrous bottle on the back.
Wow. Spraying the smack on a bike. How you doing, bud? What's your name?
E. Reeves.
E. Reeves?
Yeah.
E, tell me about your bike.
It's a 900 Kawasaki stretch frame with a Z900 motor.
Looks like you got some bottle on there, too.
Got on nitrous.
All right, Russell, question for E.
How much bottle you on?
About 80 shot.
Paul.
You race that competitively, or is it just for fun?
You
Or
race that competitively? Or is it?
Yeah.
All right. And Ken Herring.
You always spray the bike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, E, have a safe trip down the
All
track
right.
for us, buddy.
Thank you.
Look at that, folks. See, look at that. Safety gear, looking good, sharp. That's how you look when you're racing motorcycles.
Thank you.
All right, E. First of our $300 passes. Milwaukee is already locked in. Ken Herring's locked in. Paul's locked in. Let's take a look at these times. A 9:65 for Russell, an 8:20 for Paul, and a 9:55 for Ken. Paul.
I got confidence in him.
Oh, yeah.
Short burnout. Oh, virgin.
All right, let's watch E make this pass. Chunked it, spun the wheels. 10:48. Boy, look at you, Russell. Look at you, big man.
Getting lucky.
Give me a little pound there. Wow. Ken Herring sitting on 100. Paul sitting on 300 and running away right now. Milwaukee, Oregon's Russell, $800. We got another bike here, guys. Let's meet our next driver. How you doing, sir? What's your name?
Kerry Long.
Kerry, tell me, that's a Harley, correct?
Yes, sir, it
Tell me
is.
about that Harley.
That's a 98 1200 Sportster Sport.
Nice. What kind of motor you got in there?
Punched out to 1250.
Russell, first question.
Is that just a regular street tire on the back of that?
Regular street tire in the back?
Street tires.
Paul?
Anything else done to the motor?
A little bit of head work, a little bit of cams, 2-in-1 pipe.
And Ken Herring.
You run this bike a lot?
I've run 3 passes on this new motor.
3, okay.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming out. All right, buddy. Right there. A little Harley action going on. Love going to the all Harley drags. Awesome. Milwaukee's best is already locked in. Look at that. Paul's locked in. Ken is locked in. Let's take a look at those times. Russell with an 11:65. Paul with an 11:10. And Ken Herring with a 10:51. Pretty close. Brings that wheel off the ground here. Last of our $300 passes.
What's that saying about Harleys?
We still love the Harleys.
I think you lost the clutch.
A 14:23, boy, Russell, you're just spanking everybody. What are you doing there? Ladies and gentlemen, $1,100 for Russell. Paul with 300, Ken with 100. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're getting into our final round. Somebody's winning $2,000. Don't go anywhere. It's past time.
I'm here at the SpeedTube booth at PRI. Some of the coolest shows from way back in the day. You guys really want to check them out, so make sure to go to YouTube, SpeedTube, share, like, and subscribe.
All right, folks, welcome back to Pastime. We are getting into our final round. One more pass. Let's take a look at the math up on the screen here. Ken Herring sitting on $100. Paul sitting on $300, and Russell sitting on $1,100. You know, our last pass is worth $500. Paul, that won't put you over the top. Ken, that won't put you over the top. So basically, you guys are playing for pride, and Russell, you've already won the show.
All right.
Good job, man.
All right. We always save a little something special for last, so let's take a look at this ride. Wild looking car. Look at that.
Fiat.
Fiat?
Yeah, I think so. No, funny car.
That's no Fiat. That's an awesome car. How you doing, bud?
Good. How are you?
Thanks for coming out. What's your name?
Corey Smith.
Corey, tell me about that ride.
That's a 48 Fiat Topolino. We've got a big black Chevy in it for the Glide. Lots of power.
Lots of power.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
Russell, first question.
Alcohol motor?
No, sir. Running on racing fuel.
Big Paul.
You run local here?
Locally? No, sir. I've never been on this track before.
And Ken Herring.
What cylinder head's on it?
We've got the Big Brody 2 extras.
BB2Xs?
BB2Xs?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hey, well, thank you for coming out. Thanks for being the last
Thank you.
contestant. Someone's going to win $2,000.
Is that right?
That's right, because of you going down this track.
All right.
All right, right there. Look at the man. He's all smiles. All right, basically, Ken and Paul, you're playing for a little bit of pride here. Concord, California versus Tyler, Texas, because Russell from Milwaukee, Oregon has already won the whole thing. He's so far ahead on the cash that they're not going to be able to catch up. Russell is locked in. Paul's locked in. Ken is locked in. Let's take a look at those times. You got a 760 for Russell, an 865 for Paul, and an 875 for Ken. Paul, you looking over his shoulder?
Man, I'll tell you.
It didn't do him any good if he is. Looked over the wrong shoulder this time. Should look to your left.
Yes.
Ooh, handful.
So Ken, with that setup, how fast could he go, miles per hour?
You know, I don't know. Nobody asked how big the motor was. That was where we messed up.
Last pass of the night. Here we go.
I'd hate to drive anything shaped like a coffin.
Way down there.
Way down when it shifted, didn't it?
On 891, let me just walk on over there, Ken Herring.
Let me pass this down.
Why don't you pass that down? Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Russell, Milwaukee, Oregon. Paul, thank you for coming out. Appreciate you coming out.
Congratulations, man.
Hey,
Good job.
Russell, congratulations, buddy. Good job. Folks, it's past time. Name the time, win the cash. It's that easy. From Roswell, New Mexico, I'm Brett Wagner for Speed. We'll see you next time.
Didn't do any good to get the last one when you're down that far.
Yeah. Wow.
That was a nice one, though.
Yeah, that was a nice car.